Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Patek Philippe 5940J. You can see this 18-karat yellow gold cushion-cased automatic perpetual calendar Patek Philippe and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch, with additional accessories included, high-resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details. On my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, the 2012 to present Patek Philippe 5940 case is beautifully proportioned with deliberate references to the company's past, but immense wrist presence, in spite of an incredibly svelte profile of 8.5 millimeters and a compact lug-to-lug dimension of 45 millimeters. Now, across the broad of the case, roughly from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, the watch measures a robust 37 millimeters, so it has good and broad wrist stance, again, without being outlandishly proportioned. Now, the watch does have a nice precious metal pull on the wrist. It's a handsome timepiece, and it's a special timepiece, such that you know eyes closed you're wearing something special. The case does have a large amount of gold thanks to the broad and heavy bezel structure, so again, you do know you're wearing a precious metal timepiece. But thanks to beautifully slim straps and conventional straight spring bars, you can pull the straps straight down around the curve of a smaller wrist. It's hard to argue that there's a better Patek Philippe complication for smaller wrists than this particular cushion profile, and although my wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, I can confidently say that down to 13 centimeters in circumference, you're going to be able to wear this grand complication with immense style, security, and a sense of proportion. Now, it's worth mentioning that this high-grade alligator and calfskin strap also features Patek's pull-tab spring bars on both sides, such that if you do want to change the strap, you can do so without resort to tools and without risking the finish of the lugs at your own hands, wielding a jeweler's screwdriver or shim. You'll also note that the watch has a beautifully built, faceted and polished Patek Philippe pin buckle for easy on-the-fly adjustment and a traditional profile on the wrist. Now, the watch does have a remarkably heavy bezel aesthetically as a consequence of the cushion case design, and it gives the watch immense visual strength and masculinity, again in spite of the compact proportions. Now, the dial traces the shape of the sapphire and the bezel, so it's an unusual rounded rectangle shape featuring an evocative railroad track minute track outboard of all applied and highly stylized yellow gold Arabic numerals. The complication is beautifully balanced with sub-registers set across the dial from 9 to 3, the day, the 24-hour period, that is your danger zone indicator, so you know whether you're looking at AM or PM at center, alerting you as to the time when not to set the calendar complications or the moon phase. There is a period for a complication like this where you should not manually alter those individual settings, and the 24-hour scale gives you that information. Now, there's also a day subregister. There is a date with inset bosom moon phase, and it is a 122-year moon phase at 6 o'clock. And finally, the leap year indicator and the month at 3 o'clock, with delicate leaf-style hands at center. Now, this is an automatic winding timepiece, and it bears one of the crown jewels of the Patek Philippe manufacturer. It is the 240Q Perpetual Calendar Micro Rotor. Now, you can see that this model, having been built since 2012, all of them have been constructed in the age of the Patek Philippe seal rather than the Poinçon de Genève, and the distinction being, since July of 2009, Patek has applied these standards to the movement, but also to the case, to the strap, to the buckle, and the dial, so it is a holistic standard. Now, you can see the gorgeous decoration of the movement. You can see the inset micro rotor that allows the winding system on high-efficiency ceramic bearings to be borne entirely within the plane of the bridges of the rest of the movement, and that's what gives this watch its svelte profile. The movement, with all of its complications and automatic winding, is only 3.88 millimeters thick. Now, you'll note two innovations on a single balance cock next to my thumb, one being Patek Philippe's signature Gyromax style free-sprung balance. It gives the watch exceptional resistance to shock-induced timing variations. Now, the other innovation is harder to see, but that is a Cylinvar Spiromax amagnetic silicon hairspring. Now, this is an innovation that Patek Philippe has only introduced in the last decade or so, and it makes the watch completely immune to the effects of strong magnetic fields. So effectively, one of the long-time Achilles heels of mechanical watches has been overcome with this modern Patek Philippe technology. Now, in other respects, it's a 27 jewel movement with approximately 275 individual pieces, beautifully decorated. You can see there's a gorgeous and even Côte de Genève across the bridges. You can see it to good effect from this angle. You can see the tightly spaced engine-turned perlage across the base plate, and all of the edges of bridges and balance cock are hand-rounded and mirrored finished with exquisite anglage. Likewise, all the screw heads polished with their slots chamfered. This movement has a power reserve of approximately 40 to 45 hours when fully wound. It also beats at a stately 21,600 vibrations per hour, the 3 Hz rate of the 240 caliber. You can see this Patek Philippe 5940J yellow gold perpetual calendar and purchase it on our website.